also on the cuts on my hands, if it focuses. I fell over! Second cup of coffee today. I found out coffee makes me very hyper, which is surprising with the amount of energy drink I drink. You would expect it to be the energy drink, not to have any sensitivity to caffeine at all. However, coffee. Anyway, into today's video. Today's video is going to be about getting banging audio for your videos, your vlogs, your overall techniques that you want to put in to your videos. I don't know why I said techniques, however, that is how my hyper brain works. I jumped off into a tangent. Anyway, we shall jump into the Premiere Pro. Yeah, this is going to be a fun vid. We're going to jump into Premiere Pro and we will jump and jump and jump and jump. Yeah, so we're going to jump into Premiere Pro and we will start with the methods I use to get that sweet audio for my videos. And by extension, hopefully you will find this interesting to find out some things you maybe didn't know. So we'll jump into Premiere. Hopefully I remember to hit capture 2 times. So this is the third time lucky, or bad things happen in threes. So we will get on with the video now. Alright, so we're in After Effects now. After Effects. Alright, so we're in Premiere Pro now. Premiere, first off, has its great audio tab itself. It's great for doing small adjustments to dialogue, doing ducking and special effects, sound effects and ambience. I've not really played around with the ambience, but all the other ones so far have been really good. I only play around with a couple of settings in the dialogue one, so with the likes of this clip here, which I'll play in a second, it is very useful for those clips. However, I'm going to use the Multi Band Compressor to show you how you can eliminate some of that low end noise in your clip as well, and gives you a wee bit more control rather than leaving it to a automated system, and give you a wee bit more background on that. Then we have a sort of B-roll sequence. While I was out in Edinburgh, I shot this with my friend, and yeah, it's got some good sort of background noise elements, and I want to show you how to sort of boost those ones and select where you want to actually hear certain things. So without further ado, we'll play the videos. This is an outtake, this clip here, from a film that I done. The link will be up there if you want to view it. Leave a comment, all of that sort of thing. If you don't, then that's fair enough. But this is an outtake. This is my brother for one of the short films that I decided to shoot. So yeah, we'll go ahead and play.
Next thing. This is my expected salary. This is my expected things to be in my cabin. Shed, as it looks like. Maybe a bit.
Alright, so that's my brother, that's the clip I have of him, and he'll be fine with me using it because it's part of the film. This is the clip. So that was the clip of my friend when we were in Edinburgh. There's some nice elements of people talking in the background, conversations and nature and the railway just next to it, although there is some rumble from general noise as well. So without further ado, we'll jump into it. We go into the editing tab, where your edit controls are, and then go into effects. If it doesn't show up here, click on the double arrow and it's there, and then just type in multi. I already had it typed out. Drop it onto your clip and then it'll come up with Here you then click edit, and if we play through, you'll have your low frequencies here, your mid-range frequencies here, mid-high range frequencies, and your very high range frequencies that don't really get peaked that often. So if we jump into playing the clip, you'll see what I mean. So you've got your low end frequencies, you've got your mid-range where your mid-range where your audio kind of sits, your dialogue kind of sits, and the natural human voice kind of sits in this range here. You have the high range frequencies, mid-high range frequencies of voice as well, and then you sometimes get some peaking here, not peaking, sometimes get some registration here. So to knock out some of that background noise, we bring this down to say about here, bring the frequency of your voice down a bit so that you can take in some more consideration of it, and if we play it back, it doesn't do anything. If we play it back just now, it doesn't do anything. That's because you need to go down into the various corresponding environments here. So as you can see, there's very low end frequencies here. We could probably take all of these completely out as it's not touching any of the speaking areas as such. If it was over here, you would struggle to pull it out from the clip itself. So if we go in here and reduce the volume to around -36, you then reduce the gain, and if we play it, you'll begin to see a red line. You'll begin to see a red line here. That means that the effect is taking place. It is removing some of those noises. You can probably push this even further and eliminate the blue here almost completely. You can bring the attack speed up and how quick it releases. So you can retain the effect a bit longer. So playing through it.
Next thing. This is my expected salary.
You can see that it's pretty much constantly there now. And to bring down some of that, more of that background noise, bring down the threshold a bit to where the audio is hitting, bring the gain down to attack up slightly. You kind of just play around with it, find out what is the best option for this overall. So playing it back, you'll see that it's starting to attack it slightly. So you don't really need that much on the top end. You can bring it down a lot. Like I say, nothing much registers up here. There'll be elements of voice, but you don't really lose too much out of it, and you only need to bring it down slightly. Go back into it.
Next thing. This is my expected salary.
So as you'll see, it sounds a lot better than the original. If you turn it off, you'll hear that low rumble in the background. With it on, it's a lot less harsh. Again, we can still attack that blue a wee bit more. Bring it over a bit and drop the gain down, and you'll see it attack it a bit more.
Next thing.
Right there, you saw it drop right below the line on the bottom, decibel frequencies. So with that one done, we can move on to the sort of B-roll shot. Generally in B-roll you will switch out the sound and pick your own sound effects to go with the scene that you've just shot. However, there are occasions where there is things that have been captured in camera that you want to accentuate, and this is how you do it. So with this, I will bring a new multi-band compressor over onto it. I will, in fact, already put a multi-band compressor on it. Go into the edit tab, and we will automatically remove rumble. Bring the gain down by 6 and test it. Make it a much more aggressive attack, and the release will bring down so that it stays sort of constant. Play it back, visualize it. It's having an effect already, so bring this to here. The blue low frequency is kind of apparent right the way through, so you can bring it to where it's most impactful, and with that having the effect that you want, bring it down a bit further. So there we go. Bringing that down a bit further means that you're cutting out some of that background noise. There's a bit of hiss in this mid area, so we can bring this down slightly and play through, come back up. There we go. You can equally increase the gain on certain parts, so the likes of those voices. Just match the, I'll show you in a second, just match the threshold to where the audio is registering, and it will work that way. Bring the attack up a wee bit more, release that as well. Really, for B-roll stuff, there isn't that much massive changes that you make. To be fair, I think that sounds okay, so we can go ahead. Invariably you'll only take a small snippet of that audio and have that playing along with a piece of music, so it doesn't take a massive amount of information on that front. Like I said, I will show you the before, so turn off the compressor. Big rumble, quite high hiss, and there's not too much of that voice in the background. Rumble almost gone. You can hear that voice a bit more. Ideal. So guys, that has been my tips for audio. There are various tips out for the audio panel within Premiere Pro CC, so I will probably not touch on them, and they're very self-explanatory once you get into them. However, that has been this video today. Hopefully it's been of use to you, or it's been a good pointer on how the frequencies work and how you can pick out certain aspects of your audio. With the speaking parts, likes of my brother here, you can go into the dialogue tab and focus the range a wee bit more on the voice overall, give it a better tone, etc. However, there are occasions where that doesn't work, so the multi-band is a good idea to get your hands on. Like I said, hopefully you enjoyed this video, hopefully you've pulled something from this that you can use, and until next time guys, keep it real, hunt the thrill, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. much.